Those who dream by night in the darkest recesses of their minds wake up in the day to find that it was all vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men. Those who dream with their eyes wide open.
My people, Africa is being reshaped right now, and most people don't even see it. What Duma Boko just said could redefine how Africa sees itself. My people, pause for this moment and listen very carefully. This is not just another political speech. This is a signal, a shift, a spark. When Duma Boko declared, "We are dreamers, we dream a spectacular, different Botswana," he wasn't merely addressing his nation. He was tapping into something deeper, something pan-African, a shared hunger across borders, a quiet frustration that has lived in the hearts of millions from Ghana to Kenya, from Nigeria to South Africa. Because let's be honest, Africa has not lacked resources. Africa has not lacked talent. Africa has not lacked potential. What Africa has often lacked is the permission to dream boldly again. For decades, the narrative handed to us was one of limitation. Be realistic, manage what you have, depend on aid. But Pan-Africanism, the vision championed by thinkers like Kwame Nkrumah and Thomas Sankara, was never about survival. It was about greatness. It was about unity, self-determination, and building a continent that stands tall on its own terms. And that's why Duma Boko's words matters the most. Because in that simple statement, "We are dreamers," lies a quiet rebellion against small thinking, a rejection of inherited ceilings, a refusal to accept that Africa's future must look like its past. From a Pan-Africanist perspective, this is bigger than Botswana. It is about a continental mindset shift. What if African leaders stopped managing crises and started engineering futures? What if African youth stopped waiting for opportunities and started creating systems? What if Africa stopped asking for a seat at the table and built its own table entirely? This is the conversation Boko's speech opens up. It challenges a generation to think beyond borders drawn in history book, and instead imagine a connected, innovative, self-sustaining Africa, an Africa where ideas move faster than obstacles, where leadership is measured not by promises but by transformation. But here is the truth: speeches don't change continents, people do. The real question here is, will Africans embrace this call to dream again? Will Africans rise above fear, division, and complacency? Because Pan-Africanism has always been more than an ideology. It's a responsibility. And maybe, just maybe, this moment is a reminder that the future of Africa will not be handed down by anyone else. It will be imagined, built, and defended by Africans who dares to dream. Africa, the time for small thinking is over. Let's listen to Botswana's president's speech that shocks the entire hall.
Who dream by night in the darkest recesses of their minds wake up in the day to find that it was all vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men. Those who dream with their eyes wide open, for they may act on their dreams and make them possible. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer of the day who dreams with his eyes wide open. I dream because you can't build what you can't imagine. First, you've got to imagine it. You've got to bring it into existence conceptually. If we get more serious, we will say spiritually. You've got to create a stream of consciousness that maps out accurately what it is that you're looking for. You need to have it clearly mapped out. accurately, to the detail. You can't build it if you haven't done that. And once you have, you must do something else, which is not to believe you will get that which you have imagined. Don't believe you will get it. It's a wrong approach. Believe you already have got it. That's how these things work. It's a very simple proposition, but very profound. Believe you've already received it. And live in a zone of that imagination fulfilled. And it must be real. You must have a clear visual outline of what you want, what it is that you're trying to do. Believe you've already got it. And live your life like one who already has, not one who is waiting. Because waiting for something to come to you creates alienation. You don't have it. You're looking to get it. That's not how these things work. And this can confuse. And this is what is actually called faith. This is what it is. At its simplest, shorn of all the frills. This is what faith is about. And prayer is not asking and expecting to get. Prayer is connecting in consciousness with that which has already been created. I've said to people, God will not come back to create anything. He has created everything. He has not left anything behind. It's up to you to connect with that part of creation that is positive, that He has already created. And so prayer is opening that channel of that stream of consciousness that puts you in a certain vibrational frequency where the three-dimensional reality, physics, bends to willpower, to the imagination. This is the starting point for me, the touchstone. And this is what I believe very firmly. I hold on to it. So, I imagine Botswana. What kind of Botswana do we imagine? One that is poor, collapsing, dilapidated schools, shortages in medical facilities, pestilence and misery all around, chaos? No. We imagine a spectacularly different Botswana of robust growth, and growth that is inclusive. That's what we imagine. And we operate from a level of consciousness where we're not alienated from that Botswana. We're not waiting for it to happen. It is unfolding. It is manifesting, if we put it in those terms. And this is very important. So, when you operate from that zone, you actually can command the physical world to align with the imagined, which is real actually. So this is my thought pen. And that is why whatever realities confront us now, they are only temporary and transient. They are a fading reality, making way for the real, which is what we've imagined, and we must imagine together. We dream. I dream. We all dream. And one author that my father forced me to read when I was still very, very young, I couldn't even understand what it was all about, called T.E. Lawrence. He says, all men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the darkest recesses of their minds.